And then with this loss, like, dude, this has got to be a hard loss because those guys have been just screaming for months and months about how evil Trump is and how it's the end of democracy. You know, just like they can play those montages of sharp as a tack or smart as a whip, whatever they said Joe was forever. Now you can play those montages of end of democracy, end of democracy, end of democracy. And then you see Joe Biden and Jill Biden just snuggling up to old Trump and spending an extra hour in their meeting and having a good time by the roaring fire. And it's like, wait, isn't that Mussolini? Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Dude, Joe Biden had like his ice cream eating smile on talking to Trump.
Nobody's happier than Joe Biden right now. And honestly, like, good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
I mean, he's got to be pissed. They push him out and then they lose badly. He's got to be
going to lose
like,
too, but yeah, I guess he'd rather lose than be
space.
pushed out and lose.
Yeah, like to him though, it's like, you know, I won last time and then they shoved me out, and so get fucked. You betray old Joe, and this is what you get. Even if he would have.
I imagine old Joe does even worse, but you don't know if he didn't try.
You don't know if he didn't try. It's like a fist fight. It's like, you know, it's like if you pulled him out of a tag team match and then the person you tagged in just shits the bed and you're like, man, I kind of wish I'd stayed in there. I had a little more juice. Jill is the one who's mad though. I think Joe is kind of in this accepted place where it's like, you made your bed, sleep in it, folks. But Jill, she was, from what I gathered from CNN and all the news sources, when there was that time that they were being pressured for him to drop out, but he hadn't done so yet, Jill Biden seemed to be a big part of like, no, we're Team Joe. We're riding with Biden. We're staying in there. And so I saw that footage of Kamala sitting next to Jill Biden, and like, they didn't greet each other when she sat down. They didn't like look at each other. Like, Jill is like stone faced straight ahead with her sunglasses on. It's like, I don't think they're happy with each other. I think there's a lot of tension there. The meeting was twice as long as the last one with Obama that Trump had. Although I think those two truly despise one another. Whereas maybe he and Biden at this point just have a sore rivalry, maybe at best case.
Biden and Obama, you mean?
And Trump. But I think
I think
Obama,
Biden. I agree. I think Trump and Obama genuinely have a rivalry that neither of them think very much of each other. And Biden, on the other hand, apparently everybody likes Biden. Like, even the Republicans. Lindsey Graham loves Biden. Everyone thinks Biden is a good guy. Not everyone thinks he was a great president. We'll concede that. But as far as like honor and character, I don't see many people ripping.
Dude, I could see Biden.
What about that diary from his daughter or whatever?
We're not sure if that's real.
Dude, he was showering with her to teach her how to be clean.
That's a clean girl. You've seen
Idiot.
Yeah.
And sometimes it takes until they're like 14 to do that.
What is this story? Did he shower with her?
She wrote a diary where she said that her father showered with her until she was like in her early teens. Is that right? Like,
yeah, 13, she hated it.
And she hated it, and she thought it was abusive or something.
Yeah. Bitches, though, they lie about everything.
She was a dirty girl.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty ghastly if it's true. But I could totally see Biden having an enormous amount of resentment towards Obama, because think of how many times Obama like fucked him. Like, it would have been so easy in 16. Like, I guarantee Biden in 2016 or 2015 was like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Like, you're not going to run me, your VP. You're going to run Hillary Clinton, this unlikable cunt.
Memory hole in this whole thing. He didn't want in because his son was dead. He
absolutely would have wanted to be president. Are you kidding? He wanted to be. He stated he wanted to be president, and that he was going to, for the best of the party. Except back then, he wasn't talking like that. And so, like, he got screwed over by Biden or Obama. Then
where did you hear that he wanted to run but lied and said it was actually because his son died?
I never heard the son dying thing.
What?
Oh, you didn't?
No, that he like dropped out because of the sun dying thing. Like, it was
run.
He was positioning himself to be president at the end of Obama's term. Like, he clearly has ambitions of being president. He wanted to run again this past time.
But then his son died.
Why I don't buy that. Impact it? That doesn't make any sense.
He was heartbroken.
Come on.
You think that did that to a politician? That's horrible.
He's not a literal lizard man. I mean, I assume he loves his children.
That is generous.
And that was the good son.
That was the good one.
You think that
Taylor. You don't even know.
He was left with Hunter.
You think he didn't run because he was
Didn't
so
he lose
sad?
one in that car accident that his wife died in? At least one.
Yeah, and he kept running for office after that.
Well, he's got no quit in him. He's got, dude. I saw him bite that child's foot at the Thanksgiving celebration or whatever. Look, he is. I think that shit's cute.
That's wild.
I thought that shit's cute. The kid was dressed up as a turkey, and he like bit the kid's foot. Like I liked it. Like
Dude,
he's
it's
like,
not like that was predatory,
like,
but that's senile old man behavior.
Nah, it's quirky old grandpa shit. I'm okay with it now. He's not a political threat anymore, Taylor. We'll be honest. I think he's fine. He's done now. He's not.
You've been faking this whole time, thinking he was.
I just faked it. Yeah, I was faking.
Oh no,
I always
been.
on the street.
All I know
Can you
is
believe he's still the president. Like that's so funny. Like,
why wouldn't he be, Taylor? I mean, what have we seen that would lead us to believe he couldn't lead the United States of America?
So true. Yeah, he's definitely like been making decisions for years. 100%.
I will find out. There'll be some book in 10 years. We'll find out. Like with Reagan, we're finding out now that Reagan's whole second term was he had
Alzheimer's,
dementia.
Yeah,
Alzheimer's.
He was fucking.
Nancy Reagan beat USSR.
That's wild if true. Like, yeah.
I thought it was like the last 2 years of Reagan's.
I think it was his whole second term. The guy was.
I thought it started as soon as his term ended. I saw the.
I've suddenly been stricken
with rapid onset Alzheimer's. It's like I'm 3 years into it.
Oh, you know who's most disappointed with the loss is Jimmy Carter. Like, I don't.
Jimmy Carter is only alive technically.
I hope they pump him full of enough drugs when they kill the Department of Education so that they can tell him, like, hey, Trump just ended the Department of Education that you started.
Dude, Dick, I don't know if you know this. He's been entirely nonverbal and incapable of even like blinking level communication for over a year. Like he can't. He can't talk. He can vote if like someone holds his hand out and then marks the Democrat side on everything. But
can he read?
No. Did you see him? Dude, do you see him laying there just staring into the abyss of eternity?
No, show us the bad picture.
This is the best he's looked in. Well, he used to look better than this. Yeah, show us the one where he's in the lawn and there's people like taking pictures with him as he's like screaming at the sky in fear.
Wow.
There was an eclipse, I think, or something like that, or maybe it was his birthday and they did a flyover. That's what it was. And
the one on the left.
On the left.
That's so funny.
For his 100th birthday, they did like a Air Force flyover, and it was honestly, I have strong feelings about parading someone who's not all there out for the cameras. It's like, dude, I get that it's the president's birthday. I get that they're bringing the Blue Angels or whatever. Is he gonna get anything out of this? Or is this just for the cameras and for the grandkids? Just be like great grandpa's over there watching his planes fly over. I don't think he had any idea those planes were flying over. You could have turned Top Gun on and fucking turned it up loud and been like, "Can you hear them, Gramps? That's the Blue Angels. Is Tom Cruise here too? Yeah, Tom loves you." Like, you can tell him whatever you want. He's completely out of it.
Yeah, there's no way he even remembers where he's at, who he is, who's he's around.
Where that happens, right? Like,
yeah, dude. If I get that old, if I were Jimmy Carter, I would, and I had the cognizance of it at that age, like in a flash, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? You realize I was a president, right? Like, you could have let my legacy be like old man, like pretending to nail something into a house,
and
instead, I look like a Draugr from Skyrim." Some emaciated bone person being wheeled out so people can go, voting is important, even if the person doing the voting has no vested stake in the future.
Nah, you got to trot me out forever. Keep me alive as put an AI attached to a speaker of everything all my podcasts that will speak for me and have people slap other people with my lifeless limbs. As long as there's a pulse still in there, I want to be out and active.
You want to be like the Futurama heads?
Yes, exactly.
Floating around. That sounds horrible.
I was watching.
That's basically where he's in.
I was watching something about that the other day. The idea of uploading your consciousness or whatever consciousness is to a computer and having it live forever. I was going to ask Taylor, but I'll ask y'all. Like, what do you think that we're more than the sum of our parts? And by that, what do you think that whatever our consciousness is, like the little us that lives in our fucking brain or whatever? Is it just like physical in there? Like could that be downloaded and transferred, or is there like some weightless, immeasurable, like I don't want to say soul, but some like thing that is us in there that's more than just meat and electricity?
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff in there in your head.
Yeah, but the thing that's us, is it anything more than meat and electricity and bone?
Well, you got electrical charges and particles in there that are going every which way. Every little one's going to have an effect on the other. I don't think there's anything magical or metaphysical about it, but like copying it, downloading it, I don't think that is ever going to be possible just because of the amount of matter and energy in your brain.
And it's hard to capture like one particular state and time, right?
Yeah.
You know, like while you're trying to download it, it would be changing. I'm with
like
Dick.
Your computer, you close it and open it, that works, but there's not really much going on in there.
I think we're just a collection of chemical reactions, whatever squishiness is inside us, and there isn't anything spiritual or, you know, unmeasurable in there. But that leads me to the further question. If I'm right, does that mean we have no free will? If we are just a collection of chemical reactions and electrical fairies or whatever, then, you know, you're not truly choosing your own outcome. These are just reactions that occur like any other one, like fire. Or
that's why I drink so much.
Also, if that's
not
true,
your fault.
Also, if that's true, then there's nothing too special about us other than that we're a little bit smarter than the rest of the animals here. And presumably they're just as conscious as us. They're just kind of morons about it. So then, like, I was talking to Harley about this on his food podcast yesterday. I was like, those beluga whales, man, like, they're like little people under the sea. Like they play games with people. And like, when they look at you through the tank, it's like, hey, little guy, do you have hips? What the fuck? And he's like, yeah. I used to live on land like you. It's like, fuck, that thing is so smart.